Oof. How's everybody doing today? I just wanted to make a video um, about starting some new hobbies on a budget. This stuff's expensive. As you can see behind me, I've got everything that I need, but that's thousands of dollars worth of stuff. It took a long time to get there. When you work every day and you've got all these other responsibilities and things to take care of, the really the only way to get into a hobby, and as you can see in my room here, I build plastic models, um, RC. I do oil painting, as you can see my oil paintings back there. So I just had some suggestions that maybe would help you out if you're on a budget and it takes a minute to get started. Um, you need to figure out how much you can afford to spend each week. If it's $5, $20, $50, whatever, and that's how much you need to put into your tools, glues, paints, etc. Now, if you're doing plastic models, for instance, these 25th scale models, which is basically the what everybody does. They do have some bigger models. They're great, but they're also $100 a piece and not 25, 35. I would buy one model a month. Um, what that will give you is that's 12 models a year, and unless you're modeling full time, that's probably all that you'll get done. And then if you don't have time, then you're going to build an extra model for that day. Another excuse me. Another suggestion that I would mention is your model kits. Um, I would make sure you start out with a two-in-one kit. Excuse me for a second. Let me grab one. Okay, this is a model I'm getting ready to start here. It's the 68 Firebird, and this is a two-in-one kit. As you can see right here, we've got two ways to go here. We've got the regular one, and of course we've got the supercharger sticking out of the hood and all that. Now the reason you want to start out with the two-in-one model kits is because you're going to build one and you're going to have a lot of leftover parts. You're going to have engine parts, wheels for your tires. I know in that kit it's going to come with the extra hood, I think a front grill plate, and you need those extra parts so you can build your own. I have a Trans Am that I'm working on here. I think this was the Smoky, well, I know it's the Smoky and the Bandit edition. Well, I didn't use the typical motor in there. I'm not done with this yet, but you can see I've got that. I'm not going to use the hood scoop. I'm going to bring this carburetor and breather right out of the hood on it. I'm still going to put wires on it, uh, spark plug wires and stuff like that, and detail it a little bit. Here's an example on an RC car. This is a 24th scale Bug RC car that I built from scratch. Well, I bought all the parts and built it. And if I can zoom in here, if you want to look, can see the motor there. I don't know. So I just toiled up some copper wire, glued that in there, and painted some parts, and put some wires and some different things in there. Just to kind of soup it up a little bit. But even that's on an RC. That's another reason those parts are pretty good to have on hand. You can do a lot of different things with them. Um, so that would be my recommendation. Start out with the two-in-one kit so you can build you some parts. It don't take long, and you'll have extra engines, extra parts, and then you can make these models your own. Another thing when you're on a budget is the tools. Now these are years of accumulating all different kinds of things, but when you first start out, you want to go simple. As far as spray painting your models, or painting your models, start out with spray paint. The new spray paints that they've got now, technology's come so far, they work pretty good. Just take your time and make sure to wait 10 minutes in between coats, or longer if you need to. Make sure they're good and dry before you start another coat. Normally 5 coats is about what I put on them. And really get them coated good. Um, Now you can buy kits online. Basically, all you need is you're going to need your little X-Acto knife. You're going to need a set of side cutters. These are a couple files. They're flat and round. Now you might have some of these old chainsaw files, anything like that. Anytime you have specialty tools, they often can be replaced with different types of tools. You're going to need you a set of tweezers. I would recommend one of these jeweler pins. This thing will reach down and pick up small parts and hold them for you or put them in place. It has a small end on one side like that right there. It's a small end, and then it has a bigger end on the other side for bigger ones. But that is a lifesaver, handling those little parts. And then when you move on to glues, you really need a fast setting glue, and then a glue that's going to dry clear, because you can't put fast setting on your clear plastic because it'll stain it. I'm sure you've seen some videos on that. Uh, Glues too. This here is just a Elmer's glue all. It's white, but it does dry clear. This bottle, this is a 1 gallon that I got at a lumber supply store. Um, it's like I said, it's about $15. Well, this right here, this mono glue, this is also $15 for, I think you get a half an ounce or something. So that's the same price. So you can see what the difference is there. So be careful on your glues. You don't necessarily need specialty glues for all of it. Now, as far as painting, once you move out of your cans and you want to move up into airbrushing, um, I think for $50, somewhere around that, you can buy this type of little air compressor. Comes with a hose and a gun. That's all you need to get started. As far as paints goes, there's plenty of videos out there of people making their own paint thinner and their own cleaner. Uh, I've tried a few. And all of them seem to work okay. It's just trial and error, learning for the biggest part. But now, as far as your paints goes, this is a cheap craft paint, and this is an airbrush paint. This is $2. I think this one right here is about $6. Now, this will double in size. This will more than double in size. You can probably add 2/3 of thinner to this craft paint, depending on how thick it is, and there's plenty of videos on that as well. But that would save you money. Start with these paints here while you're learning. Now, airbrush paints are a little easier to begin in, to get them to spray through there, but a little trial and error, you can do it. You don't want to start painting your model right off the bat anyway. You have you a scrap canvas or something like that. See, I just got one. I make sure that it's spraying good. Plastic spoons are good. I'm sure if you found this video, you've seen other videos, and everybody likes to either primer those plastic spoons and paint them first. Works out pretty good. The only other thing, one of the other things that I can think of is you're going to need some sandpaper. I use these little foam blocks. Um, they range, I've got them from 100 to 7,000. Um, you really don't need to get up in there into those higher numbers unless you're trying to polish glass or sand a scratch out of the plastic windows on them. I know you can on this one here. I don't have any scratches or anything, but sometimes you get little scratches in there. That takes a lot of sanding with some high value sandpaper, high grit, to get that sanded out of there, which will work. But the biggest thing that I can say is don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to charge your credit cards up to the max. You can take your time, buy one model kit a month, buy as many tools as you can every week, and go ahead and build that stuff up. And then once you've got your basic tools, which won't take a lot, then you can start your modeling, priming, painting, and all that. I usually use the Rust-Oleum 2X primers. Even though I've got my airbrush and all that, I'm not going to waste my time, rigging up the airbrush and having to clean it and all these other things because you're going to shoot it with primer. Uh, and unless you're going to take your models and put them in shows, you're not going to have to sand your primer. Um, but again, if you are considering you want to go all the way to the top, then you need to put spark plug wires on your engine. You need to try to make it look as real as possible. You're going to spray primer, sand it, spray primer, sand it, spray primer, sand it, clean it all up, then start your paint coats and all that. But just getting started, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to. That takes a lot of time and a lot of money, and instead of getting rid of anxiety, it can give you some anxiety. So just take your time, keep it simple, use spray paints, um, find you some different types of glues that you can use, and everything will be okay. And you can make this happen on a budget. As far as modeling, painting, no matter what you're doing, if you just take your time, budget it out, a few things a week, one kit a month, um, and you should be fine, and you'll have a lot of fun, and it's quite enjoyable doing all this, and it won't take long, and for eventually you'll have everything you need to do custom work, and maybe enter some shows if you want to. But I hope this video helped you in some way. But just stay on your budget, buy all your stuff, and enjoy the hobby. And until the next video, have a good day. See you.